Welcome back to the Anthony Spalding Sports Complex, the home of Harnett Gardens FC. This time though, the teams playing Harbour United and Montego United. Of course, the shot you just saw had a picture of the coastal line of Kingston with the ports and all. The capital of Jamaica here, Kingston. Getting ready for second half action. Of course, Montego United took the lead early, courtesy of a free kick converted by Owen Gordon, the number 27, 4 goals this season. Confirmation of the first half. Score, Montego United 1, Harbour 0. If you're just joining us, of course, Montego United needing this win to ensure they're at least level on points with Waterhouse, who currently stand above them in the league table with 40 points. They're on 37, and those positions are important because only the top 6 make it to the playoffs. Waterhouse having that distinction at the moment. They'll be level on points with this current scoreline, but Waterhouse having a superior goal difference. Should Montego United continue to win and win their next fixture, they'll need a result to go in their favor. Of course, Montego United, they'll play Tivoli Gardens, the high-flying Tivoli Gardens, in their final fixture. Waterhouse, though, will play Harbour View, and there's some amount of, dare say, animosity still lingering between Harbour View and Waterhouse. Harbour View expected to sign Shaquille Bradford after he was on loan there from Waterhouse, ended up being signed to Mount Pleasant. There's some bit of tension, didn't materialize in the reverse fixture. Waterhouse handily beat them. Here's Harbour View with Anglin. Weatherly. Too much on that pass for Ferreira.
To make things flow. And clearly Mount Pleasant, right now they have the dough.
Don't they?
But yeah, that just makes for even further interest in the final round, so that's still good to see. Even though they may not think so, we will. That added tension makes the more drama.
Good ball to Rose there. Can he get it back to Thompson? No, he can't. Anklin is there. Comes to Priestley. Fagan. Brown's first touch let him down there.
Low percentage kind of control from Rohan Brown.
Had you rather animated, Chris Taylor?
I just think sometimes some players overcomplicate things. I just think the simple way a lot of times is better. Going with the outside of the boot with the foot away from you, there's less control. It would mean your touch has to be exact, and when that ball is hit to you with pace, makes it even more difficult versus the wider surface here of the inside of the boot, which would cradle the ball a bit better. persons will always say it's the 1% things that make a big difference.
Weatherly against Brackenridge. Managed to get by him. Brackenridge recovered well. Shouts of that being too easy from the sidelines. Understandably so. Delivery from Jones. Mackenzie played it out well. Weatherly to Ferreira. Lucas Correa intercepted well. Here's Harbour View. Rose. Thompson. Trying to get by Mackenzie. Gets it across. Fagan couldn't get on the end of it.
Here, Omar Thompson willing to go on to the left. No, a bit more of a two-footed play. That's a nice delivery across. And Andre Fagan there looking to get into a tussle with Niche instead of probably just finding himself 2 yards worth of freedom. And because he was looking to almost bulldoze Niche, I think that took away from his opportunity to get a foot on it.
Here's Brand Brown. Is it for Weatherly? Weatherly in the area. Took a touch too many there.
You just wonder again if Weatherly should have probably hit that one time when it was played across to him. Decided to go inside, and the touch was way too heavy. Again, both teams with some really good, maybe beyond half chances that they just haven't capitalized on. Mobile won't mind if the scoreline remains the same because, yeah, they'd have got the job done. There is a need, though, if you think about it, because Waterhouse are tied on points with them to improve their goal difference. Waterhouse did manage to put 3 past Malines.
Here's Anglin for Harbour View.
Waterhouse's goal difference now 15 compared to Mobe's, that is at 7. So an 8-goal differential. So neither the Santos will be eager to take those kind of opportunities. And especially with a tough last match against Tivoli Gardens, even if you was to execute that victory, you don't expect a lot of goals or a big differential.
Slick passes are plenty for Montego United. Training ground stuff, you could say. Gave a possession there. Here's Anglin trying to dart forward. Stewart with the infraction there against Wayne Gordon. Nish gave it away cheaply. Harbourview following suit. Here's Montego United. They gave it away once more. Rose. Can he find Thompson? No, he can't. McKenzie with the header. Here's Ron Brown for Harbourview. Harding. Easy gather that for Ferreira. Stewart, not the kind of clearance that exudes the greatest level of confidence. It's a throw in. Gordon, Ferreira, Correa, Weatherly. To the back of the net. He rattled that one. Another goal. Johan Weatherly. 4 now on the season. He joins Owain Gordon. And Harbourview, they're under the weather.
Lovely finish from Johan Weatherly. Has been in good goal scoring form, player to watch, and that was an unstoppable strike. But again, where was the defending from Harbourview? No rotation in the defence line, and Weatherly found himself with loads of space. He did get an opportunity, we said about 5 minutes before, where we thought he should have just hit that, allowed it to come across his body. That occasion he went inside, learnt his lesson, took the touch, and a thumping finish into the top corner. And yeah, Glenroy Samuel just had to watch that one. But Mobe with a bit of breathing room, and they're the team that has something to play for here, apart from pride. And making the most of it. But again, that just wasn't the kind of defending you want to see.
McKenzie making sure of that one, playing it out for the corner kick. Omar Thompson was standing behind him, waiting, hoping for that ball to come to him.
Jean-Claudio Ferreira picking up the assist for that goal as well. Nice team goal initially. Brian Brown to Owain Gordon, and Gordon across to Ferreira. Just taking their time, but...
In the corner. Handled well by Ferreira.
And it was a release from Ferreira. As you can see Harbourview there, stopping him from making that quick release. And Brackenridge probably will go into the book, ignoring the referee, which means he almost certainly will probably go into the book now. Turning his back on the referee and ignoring him. Well, all that talking, walked a half of the field and still didn't produce a card. Tyrone Robinson, okay. Brackenridge, it was obvious here. Just look at this from Brackenridge. It's clear that he's trying to stop him from making the initial play. Because for the goal, it was a quick release from William Ferreira wide to the left-hand side that created the opportunity for Montego Bay. And Brackenridge, who would have been out of position as a centre-back, ensuring that shouldn't have happened, and I think he should have gone in the book for that challenge.
Weatherly made that Gordon. Bishop, ambitious attempt from distance was charged down that occasion. Trimmingham with that crack from distance. Here's Owen Gordon. Doing lots of work is Gordon. Ferreira goes inside. Weatherly to Reed. Ferreira, can he get it across? Gets it across. Brown wasn't there though. Rohan Brown was there. Corner kick for Montego United. Here's the delivery. Brian Brown at the back post. Oh, cleared just off the line by Omar Thompson. Needed a firmer head as Chris Taylor tries to gesticulate. Lost his headset. You hear me now, Chris?
Loud and clear. It's almost as if I was trying to execute the header myself for Brian Brown. I don't think he got more than a nose on it. Look at this from Anglin. Anglin trying to clear here, goes across. Niche with a challenge. Not a lot in it from Niche. I mean, it was clear though that he wasn't really trying to play the ball. Just wondering if there are some afters from Niche as well. And this could be more of an accumulation. Remember Niche repeatedly talking to us from the referee as well. There was even the incident in the first half, and you remember we spoke about how it could play a part now. Yeah. So Niche should have been on a yellow card because he purposely boxed away the ball from Fagan, didn't receive that yellow. This would have meant that Mobe would have been down to 10 players now.
Yeah.
He would have been off. Wouldn't have been the first time either. The Niche has been known to get the occasional red card. Cynical challenges at times. He's matured quite a bit though after being asked to play a different role, one with a lot more responsibility.
Weatherly doing well. Gets it to Brown. Brown can't get the kind of firepower behind it. Garth Stewart was there with him as well.
Surprised he hesitated, Brown. I just thought if he was going to stay on his right-hand side, he should have just hit that one time as it came into his path.
Yeah.
So when he delayed, I thought what he was going to do was go as if he was going to kick with the right and then cut to the left. Nice pass from Weatherly though.
Taken short. Ferreira will get it back to Weatherly. Trying to get around Harding. Weatherly still on the ball. Doing lots of good work is Weatherly.
Harbour substitutions.
Changes coming in for Harbourview as well. Shamar Bloomfield, as well as Chidalu Chukwumeka. Shamar Bloomfield for Omar Thompson. Thompson having a couple opportunities in the first half, wasn't as active in the second half. Rarely do you see Omar Thompson play a full 90 minutes, so it's around this period, 60, 65 minutes in. And Lola Bana looks for fresh legs when it comes to him. And the Nigerian going to get some minutes as well.
So number 50 is coming out.
Demar Rose not as effective in the second half either. Rose and Chukwemeka a bit more responsible, you would say, defensively. Maybe we'll close the lines a little bit more for Harbour View.
Chukwemeka angling.
Right idea from Anglin. Generally good technique, got lots of power behind it, but couldn't keep it down. But I agree with him, trying to kick that one time, just not allowing the Mobe defense to regroup and get in a block. Of course, much more difficult to hit it one time, but you could see what he was trying to do.
Bloomfield gets it to Harding. Harding tried to get it across. Six to 7 minutes of play. Lifted in the area, and the header saved beautifully, and the follow-up too. Saved by Ferreira. And in a time where goal difference may come calling for Montego United, the goalkeeper doing his utmost to keep Harbour View away from the goals.
Yeah, lovely save by Ferreira. First time to his left-hand side. Look at this. Down low, bouncing just in front of him. Bounce at a comfortable height, and then with the legs. That's a brilliant save. Reflex save. There were questions at first as to whether the ball had actually fully crossed the line, but you could see he was in there, but his foot outside of the goal. And a great reaction save by the Brazilian. A double save at that, and as you said, goal difference could be a big deal going into the last round against Waterhouse, who certainly have the advantage when it comes to that. Look at this. Down in the turf first. That was pretty comfortable because of the height. But this, instinctive. Seemed like he just got it done.
Here they go the other way now. Can Ferreira get it across? The header is on. Samuel there. Almost gifting Brian Brown a chance to atone for perhaps a less than adequate header.
Yeah, Brown hasn't been at its sharpest today. Has had quite a few opportunities, Brian Brown, to get his name on the score sheet. That was another, did hit the target, but dear Seish, way too central with the header. And he had so much time. A forward of his quality, but again, it was just too easy for Montego Bay United. Lodemanad has again faced a situation where he's conceded in the first 10 minutes due to a goalkeeping error. Based on what we've seen, has just not been able to recover. And this would be a statement victory for Montego Bay United, because do remember it's been 6 years since they last defeated Harbour View Montego Bay United back in 2018. Well, almost 6 years. October 7th, 2018 in fact. A 2-1 win where they did the double that season over Harbour View. Since then it's all been the Stars of the East. They returned the favour and did the double Harbour View last season. 2-1-0 victories, where Mobe actually on both occasions failed to keep 11 players on the park. So Nader Santos will say so far he's improved in many different areas.
Can they get another goal? Ferrer in a prime opportunity, gets the shot off. Good save, good block by Samuel. Chukwuemeka to Fagan. Fagan goes back to the Nigerian. Under pressure from McKenzie. Good ball from Priestley. Well taken. Here's Jones. Gets it in the area. What was Shamar Bloomfield trying to do there? He's in prime real estate and he didn't build.
He had already beaten the defender with the ball. The ball had already beaten the defender. I just thought he would have kept it to himself there instead of looking to go back towards the defender. Missed opportunity. That was a wonderful pass though by Okima Jones on that occasion. Those are the kind of passes that Okima Jones has in his locker. We haven't seen enough of them this season from the young right back.
Yeah.
But he produced them regularly for Clarendon College here. No, this is actually Brown on the right. Again, Niche in the thick of the controversy. Appeals for a handball. He was very close, it must be said, though, to Rohan Brown. So let's look at it here. Ooh. Well, not the furthest away from the body you would have seen, but was slightly away. You have seen those given. Had that been given, I don't think anybody could have complained much because the arm was not alongside the body, but the range at which he had to receive that hit was, I mean, he was pretty close. I guess it's one of those that could go either way.
Yeah.
Again, on that side of the box too, the assistant would have been in a perfect position to lend some assistance. Nothing came either.
Substitutions for Montego Bay United. Number 7, about to come in Courtney Allen. He replaces player number 9.
Substitutions coming on for Montego Bay United. Brian Brown will be replaced by DeAndre Brown. DeAndre Brown coming on for Brian Brown, and Courtney Allen replacing Johan Weatherly. Priestley. Hasn't blossomed, has Bloomfield, even though it's spring.
Wrong season.
Had a glorious chance a few minutes earlier. Here he is again.
With a free kick on this occasion, though. Does look a little bit heavy, Bloomfield. The match on New Year's Eve, Harbourview did lead early. Montego came from behind to then take the lead. It was 2-1 at the half. And then Harbourview found the equalizer. In fact, Omar Thompson, who was just taken off moments ago, was the man who actually found the equalizer on that day. As we see Talbot now coming in to replace Kasim Priestley. Some strong words coming from Ferreira.
One I'm sure I have heard.
Was getting at Correa, his Brazilian teammate, that he didn't like how easy that was for angling.
DeAndre Brown on the ball. Owen Gordon is trying to back flip there, back heel rather. Ferreira with the free kick, lifts it in the area, headed away.
Yeah, not a bad delivery to the near post. He actually had two teammates there. Good from the dead ball. Then Mobe number 10.
Download the SportsMax app today. Get it on the Google Play or the Apple App Store. Follow the action in different sporting disciplines: football, tennis, track and field. So much on the SportsMax app. Downloads for free. Of course, the Curve the Games final session now on the way in Grenada. That's available exclusively on the SportsMax app. Just about 8 minutes left in regulation time.
Substitution for Montego United, number 8, Rashid Brown.
So the Brazilian exits the game. Now the substitute comes on for Montego United, Rashid Brown. Tyrese Williams, youngster for Harbour. Places Andre Fagan. Daniel Reed to Owain Gordon. Gordon still. Daniel Reed. Correa goes all the way back. Mackenzie. DeAndre Brown. DeAndre Brown there. Brought down by Talbot. It's a penalty. And it's all happening for Montego United.
Yeah, lots of complaints from Harbour. Didn't look like there was much in there. Nice pass from Mackenzie into the business area. Was there a bit of a shove? Not much in that. Certainly not clear cut. Talbot does go in though. Talbot does lunge in, but I think it's a bit of a dive from Brown as well. And the mistake that I think Ajani Talbot made was to slide in like that. Clearly didn't play the ball. I'm not sure how much contact he made with Brown though. Brown was looking to take off from long before. Yeah, well, I guess he sold it at a good price, Brown. I dare say I can understand Harbour view, but I don't think Talbot did himself any favors.
Any justice, yeah.
Yeah, any justice by sliding like that. But I don't think he made contact with Brown, and I think Brown certainly flopped.
Owain Gordon can get a brace if he converts this penalty. Glenroy Samuel must come up big for Harbour. Gordon converts easily in the end.
Penalty converted by Owen Gordon for Montego Bay United.
And goal difference definitely climbing
Montego Bay
for Montego Bay United with that conversion. 3 goals on the afternoon now. That brings them to a +9. Of course, Waterhouse with +15. Well, the result that I'm sure Nada DeSantis wanted, that's confirmed. Whether or not they can get some more goals to make it even more interesting, that's another conversation.
Yeah. Not a big fan of that penalty decision, but nevertheless well taken from Owen Gordon, who now has a brace, has brought up 50 career goals in the Jamaica Premier League in this game, now has 51.
Courtney Allen to Rashid Brown, trying to poke it forward. Allen with the return, gets the return ball. DeAndre Brown doing well. Still DeAndre Brown. Gordon. Correa couldn't turn, but Daniel Reed advances well. Ball spread wide to Rashid Brown. Good play. Courtney Allen gets it across. DeAndre Brown could make the contact. Cleared. The SportsMax app moment brought to you by the SportsMax app. From the first half, Owen Gordon converting the free kick after Glenroy Samuel had played the ball with his hands outside of the area. And what a strike it was. The SportsMax app moment brought to you by the SportsMax app. Here's Talbot. Goes long. Tyrese Williams gives chase. Ferreira almost under some problems there. Whistle on the play. Courtney Allen fires it into Ordeland Harding. We're in the 90th minute now. DeAndre Brown. 5 minutes added on to the second half.
The fourth official indicates 5 minutes, at least 5 minutes of time to be added.
Good work from Brown there. Good work from DeAndre Brown. Can he finish it off now? No foul, says it, Tyron Robinson. Ron Brown. Could have been Bloomfield perhaps, but nonetheless the pass didn't connect. Here's Courtney Allen. Rashid Brown. Daniel Reed caught the shot off, gets a rebound over the top though.
Yeah, willing to shoot with either foot. Daniel Reed still looking for his first goal at the Premier League level. Many will remember him in a Rossi shirt back in 2017. Was a part of that win in the Costa Cup team in 2017 with Rossi's Daniel Reed. In fact, scored the opening goal in the final. Before Fagati found the winner for Rossi's on the Vassal Reynolds that year. Solid Mobe performance, you'd have to say. I mean, I guess two players would stand out, especially for me. William Ferreira, the goalkeeper, has made a couple of stunning saves, and of course Wayne Gordon, who would have a brace, active right throughout the game, brilliant free kick, and then composure and experience for converting the penalty. But right through the game, he was always involved in that wide area link-up plays.
His longevity throughout this game, I would put him ahead of Weatherly, who, in my mind, had a good game himself.
Yeah, Weatherly not bad as well. And since growing in confidence since coming into the starting lineup now, and since he's been amongst the goals for now. But I think he would be third on the list. I think William Ferreira's performance would be
ahead of Weatherly, and
right below Owen Gordon since scoring that second goal.
I'll have him in second, a comfortable second. But Owen Gordon certainly at the top of the pile.
Sometimes goalkeepers not called on very often, you know, but it's the... I always say this in cricket with wicket keepers. Sometimes you take a keeper or so on that does the everyday things well, and maybe is not as great at the fantastic, but does the day in, day out things perfectly, than someone who is always doing the fantastic stuff, makes the magical saves, but then balls run through their legs into the goal and they have a lot of bloopers. And I think Ferreira, if you look at his performance right throughout, his hands have been safe. There have been shots that have been on target. He's been clean, not giving up second opportunities. And then that double save, to me, was really good. Because as you can imagine, at that point, had Harbourview gotten a goal, it was then, what, 2-0, maybe? Yeah. Could have changed the momentum of the game. Then Harbourview would have gotten back into it. And just like that, Montego Bay's season could have been turned on its head.
Yeah. Tyron Robinson has seen enough of this one. Montego Bay United took perhaps a 4-hour trek all the way to the Anthony Spaulding Sports Complex and they were able to hand another defeat to Harbour, keeping their playoff chances alive. Montego United, and a handy goal difference also being telling in that performance. 3 goals to the good as they continue to move forward and challenge Waterhouse for that sixth place spot. Harbour had some chances. Fantastic save made by, double save that is, made by William Ferreira in goal for Montego United. Beyond that, they certainly were the better team, Montego United, and the chances that they created, they were able to capitalize 3 of them. Others 2 were put wide or over the top, but a good all-around performance, and Naida Dos Santos must be pleased. He was very pragmatic, saying this is a game they must win, and win they did. Montego United 3, Harbour 0. Real Nephew, Jamaica Premier League action. Taryn Robinson got things going early in this encounter. Ball played over the top. Glenroy Samuel, horror of horrors, outside of the area, handling the ball, getting the yellow card. Owen Gordon would step up. You'll see that in a short moment. And how did he step up? The wall was in position, but Glenroy Samuel certainly wasn't. And Owen Gordon made full use of the extra inch that he needed and converted it. That was the 4th minute. Harbour, they would have some chances. Ruan Brown pushing forward, getting the shot off. That went wide. Montego United, though, would continue to push the narrative, and that flick-on header, Correa couldn't just find the finish. That would have been an easy conversion had he just put the right foot forward. Literally. Here they came again. Fletcher in the first half couldn't get the final touch after he really rounded the keeper. First half action again. Harbour through Harding, lifting this one. Ruan Brown again, unable to get it on target over the top. And Ferreira not being tested here. Ruan Brown again, forcing a save from Ferreira. He was alert all afternoon, William Ferreira. Second half action now. Amar Thompson going across. Andre Fagan couldn't get to the end of this one. Beautiful build-up play. Correa to Weatherly. Bang on the target. His 4th for the season, Johan Weatherly. The 2nd of the afternoon for Montego United. And they made it safe with that conversion. Another look at it. Growing in confidence is Johan Weatherly. Harbour had a great opportunity. Chukwuemeka with the first header. Garth Stewart with the follow-up. But on both occasions, the Brazilian goalkeeper was equal to the task. John Claudio Ferreira came forward, lifted that one in the area. Brian Brown should have done better. Glenroy Samuel shouldn't have given any glimpse of a follow-up chance. And here, another disastrous moment for Harbour. Perhaps a soft penalty, but under the circumstances, not much to argue against. Opinions perhaps will vary. Owen Gordon, though, converted with a plum and made it safe. 3 goals for Montego United, and they were certainly rewarded for all their travels. Here's a look at the full-time match statistics. Montego United 8 shots on target from 15 attempts, 6 from 14 attempts for Harbour. 14 fouls, not a very dirty game, only 2 yellow cards being given, 1 on either side, 1 offside, 9 corners, 7 of them to Harbour, and good saves made by William Ferreira, 6 of them, 5 made by Glenroy Samuel. Harbour with a lion's share possession, but they weren't able to capitalize. Montego Bay with 3 goals to the good, and they continue to advance and make the final 2 games very, very interesting.
Brace today. You've taken over the captain's armband at Montego Bay United. Tell me how much you're enjoying that added responsibility as a senior player.
Yeah, it's a big responsibility, and I have a lot of respect from the guys. So taking on that responsibility, it's an honor, to lead such an amazing group, and from the moment we started off in January, just a total different football from the group, because we make a dedication to just work together, work hard, and come forward, and whatever the result may be at the end of the day, we know that we put everything into the last run.
You've played overseas, lots of experience, especially in the United States. You've lifted a golden boot before in the Jamaica Premier League. Having that kind of experience, and so how much does that play a part in how you lead the team, and how much of that do you impart to the younger players?
It's a big part it play, because players come to you with a lot of questions like how you do it and how you stay focused and stuff like that, and it's always great to share the knowledge of the game with the guys, and going overseas and get more experience to the game and knowledge to the game, and pass it on to the younger players. It's a really great pleasure to do so, and the guys, they really buy into everything that we do, and they work together, and it's just showing that it means a lot.
I could hear you off camera as well, saying to them that yes, you got 6 goals on the season, you got your brace, but it's not about your personal achievements, but more about what the team is doing. Talk to me about how big these 3 points are, and do you think you can tip Waterhouse and get into that top 6?
It's a massive 3 points, and we know what is at stake. We already made up our mind, we just gonna finish the season strong. Whatever happen at the end of the season, we know that we give it our all. It doesn't matter what Waterhouse do at the end of the day. We just know that we do everything that we can to finish the season strong.
Congrats to you, Owain. Get some rest, safe travels home, and we look forward to seeing you next week and what Montego Bay will bring.
All right, thank you.
Owain Gordon, their player of the match today. A brace for Neda De Santos and company, leading Mobe to a 3-0 win over Harbourview. Ludlow, well, at the start of the game, we spoke about the issues in the back line, giving up goals early, and exactly the same thing happened. Again, the man between the sticks.
Yeah, this has been the story of the season, but we know the disadvantage that we have, so we know we have to work with it. But of course, I thought that we could have responded more positively thereafter, because the sustained pressure and the opportunities that we would have gotten would have brought us back in the game. And that is disappointing for me that we didn't have anything to show after all of that.
You've managed many players. I don't know as a player how much time you'd have spent in the goal itself. But talk to me what you think would be going through these players' minds, because you've chipped and changed between 3 keepers this season, and yet the bloopers have still continued. 4, in fact, you're saying. What is the kind of things you would say to these keepers on the training ground? Do you think it's just a lack of confidence? And it could be right across the board.
There are varying reasons that contributes towards the performances. Initially, it was indiscipline. Then you found lack of confidence, and then of course, sometimes the quality is just not good enough for this level and for the expectation of a club such as Harbourview. So we get a mixed bag totally. But as I said before, going to the game knowing that we have this handicap. At 2-1, we could have probably come back. Sorry, at 2-0, we could have come back 2-1, right? And with the impetus that we would have had at that time, we probably could have got something, So we know what we have against us. We should now know how to find something up at the other end of the pitch, but that is also a problem.
Yeah, I was about to say the positive side from Harbourview is that you created quite a few opportunities today. Yes, you didn't take them, but in other games that has been a struggle for you, creating opportunities. But today you couldn't say that. Against a Mobe team that is pretty well drilled, quite a few half chances that you should have at least taken 1 or 2 of them.
Yeah, definitely we should have taken a couple of the chances. You're saying that we have not been consistent in creating chances. I beg to differ on that, because at least the last 3 to 4 games we have been creating. But creation of chances doesn't win the game. You have to actually convert, even if it's a half a chance. And if you don't have the real substance, when you look at the Montego Bay team, there are probably 3 or 4 proven goal scorers on that front line. They don't have to be playing anything, but at any given moment they can score, which is precisely what happened today. A good father, Owain Gordon, albeit being on set piece, he will score.
A very interesting match last up for you. It comes against Waterhouse. That's always an interesting fixture, and based on what happened earlier this season as well.
Yes.
I can imagine you're looking forward to that one.
Yes, we have to look forward to it because, of course, clearly the performance of Harbour will dictate what takes place with respect to this last position.
All right, good luck to you in that game, Ludlow.
Thank you.
Ludlow Bernard, their head coach at Harbour, a season that they have struggled somewhat, and it's still a lot to play for. Well, still one more match to play for. Nida Dos Santos, you will be hoping that it's more than one game to play in your season. A big 3 points for you today. Analyze the performance for me. What do you think you did well, and where do you think you need to brush upon?
Of course, it was a good match overall. I mean, we still need to, finish off the opportunities in a better way. If we have done that, we could have closed the match in the first half. It's very important at that point to play competitive, not necessarily fancy football, because sometimes fancy football you can, lose the point, and it's not good. So, but the guys are doing very well. I mean, we could control the game. I think second half was a bit better than the first half, and the maturity of the guys, even in the last 10 minutes, knocking the ball around to get the time and choose the right moments to go. We could have even scored more.
And I know you'll be very much aware of that. Of course, yourself and Waterhouse tied on points, but they have the superior goal difference. So I know sitting on the bench, you'll be saying to yourself, with all these chances, you'd want to take more of them because it could very well come down to goal difference, and you'd want to close that gap.
Look, I never had that hope. You see, the difference now, I don't even know how it is now, but is big, and we cannot look. We came
Six
here.
goals.
We 6 goals now, but we scored 3. So you see, I mean, we could not come here to think about that, because if we start to think about that, is a door open to maybe don't get the 3 points. We came here to get the 3 points, and we did. So we scored 3, could have scored more, but this won't make them tie with us in goals. Won't happen. So everything gonna be decided in the last round, as I suspect, since the third round of this second round, that 6th spot would be decided in the last match, because it was very tight. Of course, we in a chase since the second round started. We end up 6 points behind Dumberhoden, and if I'm not mistaken, 4 behind Waterhouse in the beginning of the second round. So we catch up pretty well. So let's play everything. We have a very, very tough match against Tivoli. Tivoli is a contender for the title. Tough team, but we go all for get at home the 3 points. I just hope in the other match don't have some strange goals like we had yesterday, which is not good for the Premier League.
Yeah, we look forward to that match next week. I think everyone is looking forward to it against Tivoli Gardens. Congrats on the win today, and all the best for next week.
Thanks a lot, man.
Confirmation of the full-time score. Montego United 3 goals ahead of Harbour in this Easter Monday. First of the double-header here at the Anthony Spalding Sports Complex. It was a good match for Montego United, and they keep the league alive headed into match week 26.